I'm Tammy, and I'll be consulting on TSCU's frontline teller supervisors and how implementing servant leadership can actually improve some of the problems going on their frontline teller lines. First, we'll start off with what is servant leadership. Servant leadership is a philosophy of leading by serving others. Servant leaders treat people where they feel valued and respected. They show interest in people, listen to others, and are very empathetic. Now we'll go over the client overview, which is Tinker Federal Credit Union. TFCU is, of course, a credit union headquartered in Oklahoma City, started in 1946 by a small group of individuals stationed out of Tinker Air Force Base. They're now one of the largest credit unions in Oklahoma, with a membership base and still growing, over 200,000 members, and assets totaling over $2 billion. We'll go over some of their duties as frontline tellers. They are usually the first and last to come in contact with customers. They handle all everyday transactions such as deposits, withdrawals, transfers, credit card payments, mortgages, loan payments, and that's just really a small area of what they will actually do. And they also recommend financial products and services known as cross-sells, which will be the main area of topic during this consultation. Problems along the frontline staff will be discussed. The first, the unattainable cross-sell goals due to lack of training. Tellers are required every month to reach a goal of about 70 confirmed cross-sells. However, credit union-wide, about 45 confirmed cross-sells can be obtained by tellers, which is quite a significant difference. Those who are unable to reach the goal of 70 confirmed cross-sells are actually punished, which is the second problem. The second problem is counterproductive punishments. An example of counterproductive punishments is that, say, for example, the tellers who only meet 50 cross-sells compared to 70 cross-sells are either written up or then sent home on a 3-day suspension. They're counterproductive because those 3 days that the tellers are gone, they have to make it up at the end of the month. If they cannot make up the confirmed crosses by the end of the month, they are suspended then again. The third problem is unclear job functions. An example is being told one thing by the supervisors and something different the next week. An example would be the supervisors explaining to the tellers that they need to build relationships with the customers, make sure they have a lot of personal contact and are very interpersonal with them. But the next week they're told to make sure they spend no more than 2 minutes on each customer. They need to make sure they get them in and out in a timely manner. The fourth is high turnover rates. Turnover rates at the credit union are very high and are very costly. For example, the credit union will actually host a new seminar let's say once every other month. The new tellers that come in for training will actually replace the ones that have been fired or have quit or have actually moved to other areas of the credit union. The supervisors and the organization can actually use servant leadership principles in its recommendations for this consultation. The first problem was unattainable goals. The solution would be to set attainable goals or develop a program to help the tellers meet daily goals, and will also participate in active listening. If the supervisors were to set a goal, let's say 50 cross-sells only, the tellers would feel more motivated that they could actually reach an achievable goal and therefore increase their loyalty to the organization. The other problem was counterproductive punishments. Instead of sending the tellers home on a 3-day suspension, they should be sent to a training class. Training classes will actually help the tellers understand why or how they were not meeting their cross-sell goals, and it can also be used as a coaching tool. Next would be unclear job functions. The supervisors can use empathy towards the tellers to motivate them. They can be placed in their tellers' shoes and understand that they have a difficult job and that it's hard to sell products to them, to customers, especially in an economic downfall. The last problem was the high turnover rate. The solution is not necessarily a salary increase, because salary isn't the problem. The tellers are actually paid a highly competitive rate. They're actually more stressed out because they're unable to meet that 70 confirmed cross-sell goal. And they have little coaching from their supervisors. If the supervisors were able to coach the tellers and show them how to confirm a cross-sell the correct way, then they'd be a little more happy. In conclusion, the supervisors of the organization needs to use servant leadership principles such as active listening, being empathetic, and commit to the growth of their employees. With listening, the supervisors need to listen to the complaints of the other employees, participate in active listening, show genuine concern, and also recommend an open door policy. The employee should feel that they could come to the supervisor and express the concern of why they're not meeting their goals, and ask for the supervisor's help so they can meet that goal together. The last is empathy. The tellers and the supervisors need to engage and encourage communication, determine why the cross-sells aren't met. The supervisors need to understand the tellers have a difficult job. They also need to learn from the employees and put their employees' best interests at heart and work together again to resolve the issues. Last is the commitment to the growth of others. The TSU supervisors need to believe in their employees and give them the ability to grow. They need to encourage worker involvement and teamwork, which therefore would also increase their loyalty. Again, they would spend less money on new training and new hires and keep the employees that they already have in place. And that concludes my consultation for Tinker Federal Credit Union. Thank you.